Okay, welcome back to the beer room. I'm KC. This is KC's Bar, and this is the Big Beer Show. So, coming up on tonight's show, we're well and truly into Oktoberfest. So, those beer halls will be dancing and getting on that devil wheel, with the spinning around and flying off those furloiders, showing off their dirndls, or something the traditional dress is called, and the men with their lederhosens on and their big jugs of Munich lager, chugging away. It's great time. So, here in Australia, we're going to do a battle of the beers. The best of Germany up against maybe the best of Australia. Who knows? But coming up, we've got the Weihenstephaner Fest Beer. The Fest Beer from Weihenstephaner. Up against from White Bay Brewing, we've got their Fest Beer. It's a German lager. Have a look at that. Have a look at that. You've probably all seen these ones before. So we're going to do a battle. We're going to see can Australian craft beer manufacturer compete up against the traditional from, what is it, 16, let's put the beer goals up. How long's Weihenstephaner been going for? Since 1040. 1040. White Bay Brewing, probably 2004. I'm not sure. But Germans have been brewing this shit a lot longer than the White Bay boys. So let's have a read of the can and the bottle, shall we? So we'll start off with the White Bay Brew. White Bay's in the Sydney Harbour there. It's a White Bay Fest Beer German lager, 5.7% in a 440ml can. The malts they're using is Pilsner and, oh Jesus, that's hard to read. Pilsner and something and something. The hops they're using is German Galt. I can't read it. Why don't they just write things in normal languages? So Cult, it's got KALT, which translates roughly to cold. What do they say about it? In order to pay appropriate homage to the Munich Festival, first held in 1810, we brew our fest beer as traditionally as possible. Century-old techniques like multi-step mashing, 12-week cold conditioning, filtering using only time and temperature, and selecting 100% German ingredients. Unbeatable balance, crispness, and clarity is the reward for the arduous and painstaking production. Prost! So, like I said, White Bay Brewery. I'll try and put up the malts and the hops once I can read it properly up on there, so you could be looking at it now. So the German beer, I don't know how much we could read on the back of this. Ingredients, barley malt, hops. That's about it. Can't really read any more of it. But we know it's from Weihenstephaner, so it's got to be good. So let's get a bit of the glass. Let's not waste any more time around here. Where's my bottle opener gone? Oh my gosh. Here we go again. We're going to go searching for a bottle opener. So I found a fuck, it's right in front of me. I was going to use a screwdriver, but here it is. Relax, people. I found it. Here we go. Get that. Let's crack up the White Bay Brewery. Exciting stuff, isn't it, folks? So there we got it. We got the two beers out. I don't know if you can see it from there, but the Weißstephaner is a lot lighter in colour. Small amount of carbonation coming up, well, medium amount of carbonation coming up, and a lot of bubbles sticking to the side, and a nice big white froth, which seems to be staying there nicely. The White Bay Brewery is a lot darker. It's more of a golden than the light straw colour. Big bubbles in the head, and it's going away quickly. Both white. So let's get in there and have a sniff. Oh, the White Bay, you can really smell that molten yeast, the banana, the malts. Let's see what the Stephaner, Weißstephaner, same banana-y smell, but a little bit less intense. Nice malty yeast smell. Yeah, the White Bay's definitely got more aroma, that more of that banana floral spiciness. But they both smell the same, just one's a little bit stronger. Even the White Bay Brewery could have a bit more of a haze, but anyway, that's enough of the snatch. Let's get it down the hatch. What shall we go first? No. Let's go the Australian beer first. Ooh, good amount of bitterness. Very bitter. Spicy, earthy. Very nice. Very nice. Right then, let's go to the first beer. Weißstephaner. Or is it Stefana? They're pretty even. Like I always feel like with these wheat beers that you get a very strong metally taste. Or is that just me? Is that what the yeast is? You tell me. Is that what yeast tastes like? A bit metallic? Because I assume yeast should be a bit bready, but hey, look. And what makes it a fest beer? Is it just a beer they bring out in October? Maybe. Look, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of either. I don't know. This has that weird taste. To be honest, they're both very similar in taste. Colour, you can tell the obvious difference between the Australian brewed fest beer. It's a lot more golden, bit of a haze to it as compared to the Weißstephaner, which is pretty crystal clear and it's a light straw colour. But oh, that's a hard choice. I'm not really sure which one I prefer. My gut, or not my gut, but you're naturally going to say that the Weißstephaner has to be better because they've invented the beer virtually. Look, I'm going to say they're both just as good as each other. Bam! Both just as good as each other. For someone that's been brewing a beer for 1,040 years and someone that's been brewing a beer for, say, about 20 years, that's hard to believe. But to me, they're both pretty much exactly the same beer. Maybe they're using the same ingredients. But I'm going to say it's a draw. It's a fucking draw from KC. It's a fucking send it for both. And you have a good Oktoberfest and you better get there and send it.